Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and work with our presentation layer. Now we have to create our state. So for that, let's go to the presentation layer and let's go to the state over here and let's create a new file that will be of the, let's say, docs state.the file. And once we have that, we'll make use of the phrase over here, phrase annotation, to generate our data class. So now what we'll do is we'll just go and create the abstract class over here, and this will be of the docs. And let's just go and close it over here. And now we need to annotate this with the add phrase over here, and the phrase over here, and we need to import this one from our the phrase annotation. And once we have that, we also need to, now what we will do is we'll say a with underscore the dollar and then the docs state over here. And once we have that, let's just go and create the factory constructor over here. So FSC factory, and this will be of the docs state over here. And let's just go and remove this one from here. And once we have this, the factory constructor for our state, what we'll do is we'll go inside and let's just go and create our first one. So we'll make use of the add default value. So default value over here. And the default value, first of all, we'll just go and say the async loading over here, which comes from the Flutter report. The state will be of the async loading state, and this will be of the async value over here, async value. And we'll say this is of the list of the docs, right? So docs that we need to import it, right? So make sure you import it from the correct place, which is of the view model, from the model. And this will be of the docs list, or you can just call this one as a docs over here. And we will also require one more. This is for the single docs. So let's just go and remove the list from here, and I guess this will be of the just a docs over here. And now we need some more at the default. So DEFALT default, and this will be of the boolean value. So we'll just set it as the false by default. And let's just go and say this is of the each. We'll just make use of the each LOAD and the loading over here. And once we have that, each loading, and let's just go and duplicate this particular value as well. So this will be of the each loading, and we also have the each FETs, each fetching, which is once we are doing the pagination, we'll make use of this one. And next we'll have the option to delete. So let's say this will be of the each DELEAT, and is deleting, right? So it's deleting over, so DELET, right? So let's go and say it is when deleting, we'll update this particular state. And we'll also have the each created over here as well. And next we'll have for the each updated, and next we'll have for the, I guess that should be fine, is for is deleting, and then it's created, and then for each updated, right? And I guess we will have is deleted as well. So is deleting is there, but is deleted is not there. So let's just go and say is deleted, right? Deleted. So if the the task was deleted or not. Now we'll have some more at the default over here. Default value will be of the 1 for our page over here, and then we'll have the one more default value which will be of the total, and the total. Okay, so let's just go and have the one more which will be of the total page as well, right? So the total page will be also of the 0, and then we'll have the another one. Let's just go and duplicate this one. This will be of the limit, by default will be of the 10, so limit. If you can remember, we need to send the page number and then the limit to our API, right? And that should be fine. So page, total, limit, and then the total page. So let's just go, and I guess we can move this one up over here. Page, limit, total, and then the total page. And then we'll also require the add the default value that will be of the empty the object over here, and that will be of the map, and the type will be of the string, and I guess we'll just make use of the dynamic over here, and this will be of the prompts, but the for form data. So for and form data that we are going to send once we are creating or updating our the tasks over here. And I guess that should be the one that we currently require. So let's just go and say that is what we currently require over here. And in case if you need, so let's just go and add one more. So add, or we'll just say this is of the string, and then the nullable type, and this will be of the error for now. So now let's just go and run the build runner over here. So we'll just go and Flutter pub run build runner build, and let us generate this particular class. Okay, so we forgot one thing over here, that is to add the part file. So let's just go and add the part file over here, that will be of the task state dot defreezed dot file. So we need to go and regenerate this particular file one more time. So let's just go and run the code one more time over here. So let's wait for it to complete. Okay, now the file has been generated for us and we are good to go. So now the next step will be to create our view model and make use of the task state that we have created over here. So I guess all of these state are perfectly fine for now, but in case if we need some more, we'll come back over here and we'll update this particular the task state class or the freeze class over here. So that's all for this lesson, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and create our view model over here. So let's go to the presentation and then the view model over here, and let's just go and create the new file that will be of the task view model over here dot file. And once we have that, let's just go and create our class, and that will be of the task view model over here. And since we are going to use the, let's just go and close it over here, we are going to use the Flutter or the riverpod code generator. So I'll just go and say I will annotate it with the riverpod over here, and we need to import the riverpod annotation. So this is going to generate some class for us. So for that we need to provide the part file, and that will be of the task view model.g.d.file. Make sure the naming match over here and this name match over here, and then you just have to provide the g.d.file over here. And if you don't have the same name, then it's not going to generate that particular file. So we need to keep that file name and then the part file name same. And now we need to run the override method over here, and we need to override the task state over here, the state class for this one, and we will have to provide the build method that returns the task state. And now we have to extend this particular class with our underscore dollar, and that will be of the task and then the view model over here. So that should be fine, and now we can go and generate this particular class. So let's just go and run the Flutter pub run and then the build runner, right? So build runner build -d, and let's wait for this one to complete. And once the file is generated, you can just go and click it over here. It generated that particular task view model provider for us with the auto dispose notifier provider. So in case you don't want to make use of this particular the code generation using the riverpod, you can manually create this particular provider and just use that one. So you don't have to make use of this in case you don't like it, but here we are going to see how we can make use of the river pod code generation and using the river pod annotation over here. So once we have this particular class generated, what we need to do is we need to add our functionality over here. The first thing that we will do over here is we'll write the void, and this will be to of the set the form data. We need to set the form data. As you can remember over here that we have to create the tags or update the tags, we have to set the form data for that one. And here I'll just go and make use of the required field. So that will be of the type, which will be of the string and the key. And we also need the required value that will be of the dynamic type, dynam dynamic type, and that will be of the value for us. And once we have this particular value given to us, we'll just go and update the state, which will be of equals to the state that we have dot the copy with, and then let's just go and add that one. Let's just go and say that we need to update our form data over here. So let's just go and arrange it properly. So we have the form data, and this form data should be updated, and that will be of the previous data and then the current data. So previous data, we will make use of the spread operator, that is of the state dot the from data, the previous one, and then we'll update it with the new one. So let's just go and make use of the spread operator as well, and then the key that we have provided, as well as the and then the value that we have provided. So this should update the current form state. So whenever we are entering a new key and then value, it will just go and take the previous the state and then update it with the new key and then the value, right? So that is how we are going to set the form data. And next is that we need to get the, let us go and go down below over here. We require a future over here, and that is going to return us the void. It's not going to return us anything. So this is going to get the tags or get all the tags over here. So this will be of the asynchronous function over here. So get all of the tags over here. And once we have that, let's just go and set that the state that we have, sorry, not the assert. So it will be of the state that we currently have. We need to update it. So I guess we will go to our state over here, and let's take a look at the list. This is the list of the tags, so it is of the async loading, so we don't have to update this particular state if it is loading or not. So let's just go and remove this one for now, and we need to get the current page. So a final, and then the final final current page that we have will be of equals to this state, right, that we have state dot the page. And by default, if you can remember, the default value is of the 1, and if it is of the default value is of 1, then we'll just go and say it is of the current page is of the 1. Otherwise, we'll just go and add a 1 to our current page state. That should give us the current page over here. So once we have this particular current page, so this is the dynamic type. Okay, so I guess we forgot to add that particular the type over here. So let's just go and add the type, otherwise it's going to be, sorry for that, in the previous video I forgot to add it. So I'll just go and say this is of the type is of, sorry, this is not for this one, this is of the bool, right? So bool, and then let's just go and say this is of the type is of the int over here. Sorry for that, in the previous video we forgot to add that one. So int, and this will be also of the type is of the int, and this is also the type is of the int over here. So we have the now type setup, otherwise it will go to as our dynamic type. Now let's just go and generate this one over here, and this should generate the proper typing for us, type safe. And let's just go back to our view model, and now we should get this one as a type is as the int. So it hasn't generated that. Now we should get as a int. And now we have this particular, so if the page is of the 1, then we'll just set it as the, we can just set it as a current page is whatever we have. Otherwise we'll just go and update the value to +1. So we have the page 1, page 2 in this way. So next we'll just go and say the final, and then we'll have the response. So respon as a response that we have, and I'll just go and make use of the await, and let's just go and make use of the ref over here, and ref that the read, and we need to read from our get tags, right? So tasks tags provided, so get tags use case provided that we have created previously in our domain. So this is what we got it from there, and then we will just go and have the call method, and we need to pass in the prompts over here. So prompts is the map, so we'll just go have to update the page will be of the current page, and we also need to send the limit over here, the state that the limit that we have defined. So let's just close it over here. So if you can remember, the limit is of the 10, so 10 record we are getting, and let's just go back to the view model. So now once we have the response, what we have to do is we have to update our state again. So let's just go and say the state that we currently have will be of equals to the state dot the copy with again, and let's just go and close this one over here. Let's just go and close it over here, and let's just go and update our state. So the tags that we have will be of the async data, so we need to sync async data over here, and then the data will be of the response that we are getting dot the tags, list of the tags. So that is what that is how we will update our state over here. And then the current page that we have, so we need to update the page as well over here. Page will be of the response that we have dot the current page, right? And then we have the total, the response dot the total over here, and then the total page again, so response dot the total page over here as well. And once we have the total and then the total page and then the page, I guess it should be good to go for us. Let's just go and close this one, and let's just go and take a look on we have the page, limit, total, and then the total page. That's perfectly fine. And now let's just close it over here. This should update our state over here. And in case if we need to go and have our, let's just go and close it over here, and we'll just go and say this is of the try catch block over here, and let's just go and cut this section now, and let's just paste it inside the try over here. Let's just arrange the proper intent over here. So that should be good enough. And in case we got some error over here, what we are going to do is we are going to update the state over here. So state, and then we'll just go and say the error will be of the error that we currently have over here. And we can also update the value for our tags over here. So let's just go and say that the tags that we have, right? So the tags, and this is the list of the tags, and it takes the async data. So I'll just go and say the async the error over here. Let's just go and add the async error. Error will be from, we'll just grab the E and then the S from here, right? And then this will be of the E, and this will be of the S over here, so that we are going to set the error for our tags over here. So that should be good to go. So because the async value can have the loading state, the data state, and then the error state. That is the good point of using the async value from the report. So once we have this particular get tags, and next is to get a single tags. So for that, what I'll do is let's just go and create the one more function. So I'll just go and copy this one instead of typing again and again. So let's just go down over here. This is to get a single tags over here, and we don't require the current page from here, and we'll just go and have to call this particular get the tags, right? Get the single tags, right? So get the tags use case, and then we don't have to provide all of this information over here. And what we need is we need a single ID over here, the tags ID that will be of the string, and then the ID over here. So this will be to get a single tags over here. And once we have that, we'll provide this one the ID over here, and that will give us the response. And once we have the response, we need to update the tags, not the tags, and this will be of the value that we are getting back from the response dot we are going to get. Okay, so this is the what we have, so we are going to set it as a response over here. So we don't have to update this particular like the current page, previous page over here, right? And that should be fine. So let's just remove this one. And once we get that particular data, we will also update the form state, so later we can update it, right? So let's just go and set the form state over here, or the form data. And as you can remember previously, so that will be of the, we'll get the previous value, right? We need to update that, and then we are going to set it to be the new one. So let's just go and update it to the new one over here. New one will be of the object, and we need to set the first one will be of the text, text that we have to set up text, right? And then will be of that will be of the response dot the we need to have the text over here. And once we have that, next we will need to update the day, so response dot the day. And we also need the reminder, that will be of the response dot the reminder. So in this way we will update our form data as well. So later you will see why we require that one, because we once we click the tags from the list, it will get that particular tags, and it will also fill up the form for us, so in case if you want to update or save it later on. So this way that should be fine. The next we will go and create our one more function that will be of the future type, and it doesn't return anything, so we'll just go and call this one as a void, and we'll just say create the tags over here. So let's just go and close this one over here, and let's just make this one as a asynchronous function over here. And what we'll do, we'll just go and make use of the try catch as well over here. So let's just have the try catch over here. And now what we'll do is let's go and set the loading state first of all. The state that we currently have will be of equals to the state dot the copy width over here, and in the copy width we'll just go and set the error to be of the null value, and each loading will be of equals to the true by default. So we'll just go and set it that up. Now our state has changed. Now let's just go and get not the const, I'll just say this is of the final, and the final we just extract the body. So let's say we require the body, so body body, which is of equals to the state dot the form data. This will be of our body. And now final, the response, which will be of equals to the weight, and then the ref dot the read, so we need to read our provider, that will be of the create the task use case provider, and then we'll pass in the call function, and then pass in the body over here. Now we get the response back, and now what we can do is we can just go and update the state, which will be of equals to the state dot the copy width, and now we'll just go and say its created will be of the true, and its loading will be of the false over here, right? And in case that we have our this particular error, then we are going to update that as well, and this will be of the error that we have, or will be of the e object that we have, e dot the to string. Let's update the error, and its created will be of the false as well over here, and its loading will be of the false as well. So I guess we don't require this particular response value for now, so let's just go and remove that one. And now let's just go and copy this one as well, and we require the one more that will be of the update tags. Let's just go and add the update tags over here, and that update tags, let's just go and call the update tags use case provider over here, and here we need to provide the ID and then the body. So ID, we need to pass in the ID over here, so that will be of the string over here, and then the ID over here. We'll just pass that particular ID over here, and now we will update the state. That is perfectly fine. Error should be of the null type, and then the loading will be of the true. That is perfectly fine. And once we have that, now we need to go and say each update date will be of the true over here, and I guess this will be good to go, and it's loading, right? And if you go and take a task, the task state over here, we have this particular each updated over here, right? So that should be fine. and let's go back over here, and here each updated, right? So each updated will be of the false, each loading will be false, and then we grab the error message over here. So that should be fine for the update task. And finally we have one more that will be of the, let's just go and paste it, that is to delete the task, right? So that should be of the delete our task over here. So let's go and call the delete task use case provider over here, and then we just need to provide the ID that we want to delete. So body is not required, so let's just go and remove that, and the state will be of the error will be null by default, and then the loading state should be of the true. And or we will just go and see if we have that instead. So is deleting, so we have this is deleting, we'll update that one instead of that. So let's just go to the view model, and here we say it's deleting over here, and now is deleting is true, and we'll just go and set that the it's deleting to be of the false over here, is deleting will be of the false. So this is the state of this loading state that we want to show over here. And then we have the it's deleted over here, is deleted will be of the true over here, or this is going to return us the boolean value, right? So I can just grab that one. So let's just go and say the final each, okay, we'll just say the result, which will be of that, and this result I can just go and pass it over here as well, and is deleted over here if we have an error will be of the false type. So that is all the function or the method that we required over here. These are the method that we have in our view model class that is using the Riba code generation, and it has generated the provider for us. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and from the next lesson we can go and build up our UI and make use of this particular task view model to manage all of our state. So that's all for this lesson, and we will meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.